Hey there, Clashers, and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys the easiest Town Hall 13 strategy after the new meta. Alright, so if you guys are wondering what strategy I'm talking about, it's this top one up here, and it's basically GoWiPe, but with super wizards instead of regular wizards. So you can see the army comp I've got here. This is 2 super wall breakers. I've got the 2 golems, the ice golem, 3 pekkas, 12 super wizards, and then the 2 balloons are for the blimp, because yes, we will be using the super wizard bomb, or the blizzard as people are calling it now. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the replays here. As you can see, I just finished up my battle day, and I was 1 attack short of having the perfect day with this strategy. Alright, so here's the first replay, and what we want to look at in these replays is I'm going to kind of explain basically how I do the hit, break it down a little bit. Of course, you're going to start off with the Super Wizard Blimp, and that's probably the hardest thing about this attack, other than the timing of your Warden ability and Rage, and we'll get into that later. But what you want to look at is basically you want to get some value with your Wizard Blimp, obviously, but also you have to get pathing with it. So I'm looking at this base, I'm looking at where the sweepers are, and I know that I can get the blimp just inside that wall, and I will be able to take down the eagle, take down the enemy queen, and I'm going to clear out all of these buildings for very nice pathing. So the funnel for the main part of the army is essentially going to be set by the blizzard. So that's going to come in, the queen's down, the eagle's down, and you can see there's nothing over here that's going to drag my army the wrong way. So I'm going to start the other side of the funnel. Essentially I started with just the golem and some of the super wizards out of my camps. In this case I use 5 of them. That's a little bit heavy, but I have to make sure that I'm able to get this set. And I've got a storage here, so I'm using that storage to bounce chains into the buildings underneath, and that helps to get this army set. So the wizards step up, they get one more couple of buildings down, and then I've got the jump spell. As the last building on the edge goes down, I've got pathing now for the army to go into the core of the base. So the king, golems, pekkas, everything's moving in towards that town hall, which is perfect. I always use the rage in conjunction with the warden ability as well, and that way you're kind of getting the most out of each of them. The rage works with the warden's ability very nicely. So we get the town hall down, we got 1 scatter shot left on the back end, we got an ice golem in there, that's going to freeze it up here in just a sec. The other thing is where to send the RC. So I've got my RC in over here on the left side. Usually you send her on the back end of the attack, but you want to kind of send her where the army's at so that there's tanking for her, because we got golems in there, we got the king in there, we've got a lot of heavy troops that can do a lot of tanking, and that helps to keep the RC alive. So she's going to move through, take down the defenses, and then behind her we've got the super wizards basically on cleanup. So the RC's working through. I do still have an invisibility spell. I didn't use them all with the super wizard bomb because I didn't need to. Once you've got all the value you want to get, you can stop dropping those spells, and then you can save them for the RC or whatever else you might need them for. It's almost always the RC though, because it's really nice to be able to make her invisible as she's going through, working on the defenses and getting them taken down. And as you can see, I've got the queen still almost at full health, swagged her ability, didn't need it, a bunch of super wizards still alive, and this base is crushed. So moving on to the next base, again, the first thing you're looking for are the sweepers, and you're looking for where can you get pathing and value out of your blizzard. And the blizzards, like I think I mentioned it before, but it's probably the hardest part of the strategy to get down, but just get some practice on it, and it's not too difficult to pick up. It's just a matter of getting the timing right with the spells basically, and trying not to hit tornado traps. That's another big thing that I actually still mess up quite a bit, is try to kind of predict where the tornadoes are. They're usually around either the town hall or the eagle. In this base, I'm not super worried about it because I'm going in for the scatter shot, and you can see I'm kind of going in behind the sweeper here, so the sweeper's not going to be a factor. I am sure there's a giant bomb beside that scatter shot, and there it is. Not going to be a huge issue. That's why I take the barbarians in there. They actually go out a little bit early before the super wizards, and they'll clear out some traps, get some bombs triggered. Of course, the wizards can still take damage. And again, I didn't use the 3rd invisibility spell, but I've got the pathing that I needed, I've got the value that I needed, and now I'm starting off over here with some super wizards again. This time I only dropped 3 of them to get that side of the funnel set. The golems in front tanking, although that Tesla did target one of the wizards, and then I've got nice pathing here for everything to get pushed in. I can use my 2 super wall breakers. I think one of them actually didn't make it to the wall, so the second super wall breaker makes it in, and that opens it up just enough that I can drop the jump spell in and get everything straight into that eagle. So you can see everything kind of retargets there after I drop the jump. King's going to go on the outside, not a big deal there. Tornado Trap's going to hold some troops up a little bit. I did use that Warden spell, or Warden ability, and then the Rage spell right there on top of the troops. So there they go into the Town Hall. And watch how fast the Town Hall goes down, and boom, it's gone. Just like that, so perfectly done there. I could have timed the Warden a little bit better. I actually didn't notice the Tornado Trap at the time, so that's why the timing on that was thrown off just a little bit. But now here comes the RC in from the top side. Again, she's got the tanking with the troops in front of her. And look at the spells I still have left. I still have an invisibility, still have 2 freezes. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw the freezes on this single Inferno as my troops come in. I didn't really need to, but I just kind of put them in there. And then I'll probably throw that invisibility somewhere. But I still got the RC's ability, didn't need to use it. Still got the Queen's ability, again, didn't need to use it. And this base is gone. I know it's not the toughest base in the world, but you can kind of see basically how strong this army is with the Super Wizard GoWiPe. Okay, so for this next attack, let's go ahead and pause it real quick. You can see the sweepers are on either side of the eagle here, and you actually have basically wide open areas. So these are bases where you can either really abuse the base with the Super Wizard Blimp, or you can get yourself into a lot of trouble because you don't know where the traps are with the Super Wizard Blimp. So those are the one of 2 things that can happen. So what I tried to do here was first, obviously I look at where the sweepers are. You're either going to be coming in down towards the bottom quarter somewhere, or behind the other sweeper on the top end, same thing. But what's nice about coming in on the corners like that is you don't have as much space in this area, like in between the Expo and the Wizard Tower, for giant bombs to be. So there could be 1 giant bomb there, and then a couple of mini bombs, or maybe some spring traps. So, I mean, it could be trapped, there could be a tornado there, but that's unlikely. Tornado is probably in front of the eagle, I actually don't remember, or it's in between the eagle and the Town Hall. Those would be my guesses. The other possibility is it's on the other side of the clan castle. But in any case, it's just unlikely to be down here. So that's where I decided to send this blimp. Let's go ahead and play it. And then the blimp's going to be able to make it in there, and the goal is to get the eagle, get the scattershot expo, basically clear all that stuff out, and then push the troops in. So 2 balloons is all I need to make sure there are no SAMs right there early on. And then I'm going to let the blimp go in and then just drop it right there. So the invisibility's down, rage is down. I always do the invisibility first. There's the second invisibility. You got to try and time it. There was a giant bomb there, but it's not quite enough to kill the wizards off. So the wizards are still alive. And they're going to take down the king, but because the king's there, I actually didn't get the eagle. But it didn't turn out to be a huge deal. So now you can kind of see how I got one side of the pathing really well shaped up. So the other side is not too difficult. I just need to get down some of these buildings here, and then when I super wall break into here, they've got straight pathing right in towards the Town Hall. So that's the idea here. I got a couple of super wizards in there now. The golems are going in, ice golems going in, second super wall breaker to get that next corner opened up, because I did have to open up the first one. And there they go, everything's going in. I send in a couple more super wizards a bit later just to make sure they get those buildings down. They are down and everything's got one place to go and they're headed in that direction. So they're going to make their way in, and then I'll drop the jump spell on the Town Hall as things start making their way up there. So there's the jump now. And then we got some giant bombs going off. The eagle shots are coming in. So there's the rage. Warden ability will come shortly afterwards. There it is. And again, this Town Hall is just going to melt. There it goes. It's gone. And the troops are just pushing their way through the back end. We do have multis in there, so that's not a big deal for the P.E.K.K.A.s or anything. But it could be a bit of a problem for your super wizards. But the super wizards, they're still moving through. P.E.K.K.A.s are still doing fine. Now we got the RC coming in from down beside the Dark Elixir storage, and she's got a bit of tanking in there with that P.E.K.K.A. I just went ahead and dropped the last jump spell somewhere so that the troops have a direction to go. And I actually placed it near the RC so that the golems would reroute, as you see they're kind of doing here. And they're going to continue to tank for the RC because of that. So the golems are moving their way up towards the last archer tower. That's the last defense on the base. I've got 2 free spells left. I got nothing to do with those. This base is crushed. Didn't use the queen's ability either. So there we go. Another smashed base with Super GoWiPe. Alright, we got one more of those kind of annoying ring style bases. And I'm going to do the wizard bomb up here. I've got all these storages here which the wizards could get chains off of potentially. Plus I can get the CC out of the way. I can get the eagle out of the way. And maybe a scatter shot, kind of depending on what the wizards do. That's sort of the thing with these wizard bombs, is sometimes you don't know quite how the wizards are going to path, what they're going to target, and it's especially difficult to tell when you got heroes walking around in that area. So I'm still looking at the base. Here comes the scout balloons. I've got 2 Seeking Air Mines out of the way pretty much right away. Pulled some super minions out of there. So there's the blimp, dropping in the rage, invisibility of course. And there they go. The wizards are moving through, getting things taken out. They are taking down the CC troops, which is really nice. And I believe that was the last invisibility right there. So at this point, it's like, I'm not going to get the eagle. But we had one wizard go back up, get one more shot on that eagle, and get it taken down. I didn't get a scatter shot, but that's actually going to work out fine. So now I'm coming in from the bottom side of the base. Again, we got one golem. We got some super wizards to help get that funnel set. Next golem is in. I do have that RC to take out, so I stick a P.E.K.K.A in there to help make sure she goes down before she wipes out my golem, which she's doing a pretty good job of. Now we got the wall opened up. P.E.K.K.A.s are coming in, and then everything can start moving in towards the town hall. I mean, look at the funnel that I got from the wizards down here. They completely cleared out that bottom corner, and that allows the rest of my army to go straight into the base. So I got the second super wall breaker in there. Didn't really need it. The jump spell would have reached, but got it opened up anyway. Some of these buildings did pull my troops out for a little bit longer than I would have liked, but they do make their way and hit the ward ability. Use that rage. Always use those together. Town hall is going to go down quickly. The Inferno Towers are going to go down here shortly. The troops do get held up a little bit because of the tornado in there, I believe is what that was. And then I got the jump for the backside. No problem whatsoever. And then, of course, I'm going to send that RC in down here towards the bottom side where my army has basically grouped up. So she can kind of join up with the army and start working her way through these defenses. And then she'll leave everything behind to do cleanup as she finishes up the defenses. So we're going to speed this one up a little bit, let everything move through. I think we kind of got the idea here of how this army kind of works and moves around. RC is going to finish up these defenses. I'm going to drop that last free spell on the king just for the fun of it. Didn't really need to. I mean, the RC is going to go down anyway. The only thing left is a cannon. Mini bomb finishes off the RC, but that's it for this base. Didn't need the queen's ability at all yet again. Okay, so this is going to be the last replay of the video, and this one's not going to be quite as crushed as the other ones that we've seen, but I want to show that you can make mistakes with this attack and still come away with a pretty easy triple. So this is kind of a weird base design, and I decided that I'm going to go for the town hall on this. Let's go ahead and pause it and we can kind of take a look at why. Of course, we got that sweeper up there. I know that's going to be kind of an issue getting into the town hall, especially where I go in from. We also can see that this base has some pretty low level defenses. Does that play a factor? Of course it does, but it doesn't matter. We're going to look at this anyway. And then the other sweeper is not really protecting anything. So I could have easily gone for the eagle in this attack, but I don't think I would have gotten much else. Also, going for the eagle doesn't really set up very nice pathing. So that's why we're going for the town hall down here. We're going to get a little extra. Let's go ahead and play it. So the blimp is going to come from the bottom. I know that the sweeper could be a factor, but as soon as the blimp crosses the wall, I go ahead and drop it down in, and it's going to be able to get the town hall from there. So the balloons should be coming in. We'll go ahead and speed it up just a little bit so we can get to that. There are the balloons. Blimp will follow right behind, and then you'll see that as soon as the blimp crosses the wall, I get the invisibility down, drop it in, and then the rage, and then the town hall will go down shortly after. And from there, the wizards will get the town hall down. They get the enemy clan castle taken down, and that's why I don't really bring a poison with this. Although on some of my other accounts, I do have a poison in the army. You don't really need a poison. The wizards, especially if you're going in next to the clan castle, the wizards usually do a pretty good job of cleaning up the CC. And if you don't do the blimp next to the clan castle, the wizards in your army will still do a pretty good job of clearing up the CC. So no poison's really necessary. And now I've got the wizards coming in with the golems on the edges, getting the funnel set. You can see I've got an opening on the wall here, and that's where my troops are going to go in and start the attack. So the wizards are getting the corners cleared up. I got a super wall breaker. I'm going to send a couple of them in here. First one's going to open up that corner compartment. The other one's going to go kind of deep. And I actually didn't expect the second one to make it to the wall on the back end. And that's where the first mistake kind of comes in this attack. You can see the super wall breaker actually made it, and then I dropped that jump spell there anyway. I could have dropped that jump spell way deeper. I basically could have put it where I put the second one, and then used the second one over here to get those expos down faster and give me access to that scatter shot. Now the other thing is I usually do put the RC where the main army is at. So in this attack, she could have come in from the top side where the main army is at. Instead, in this attack, I've got that scatter shot down there. I'm kind of worried about it, so I go ahead and start the RC down there. I know that means she probably won't live through the whole attack, but I can get the scatter shot out of the way, and that's a big threat down for the super wizards, which might be dead anyway because they like to find giant bombs throughout the base. But the RC's in, just used her ability there. She'll get the scatter down, she gets the expo down, so good value out of her. And then that's pretty much it for the rest of the base. The queen's going to pop her ability, get through the wall, get that archer tower down, and then there's nothing left. It's just a matter of cleanup. We will speed up the cleanup. And there you have the Super GoWiPe replays. So if you guys have any questions about this attack strategy, I mean, I don't necessarily consider myself an expert, but I have used this attack strategy a lot in Legends and even a couple of times in War, and I've been crushing bases basically left and right. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the attack, or even if you have any comments about the attack strategy of your own, let me know down below. If you like this video, be sure to give me that thumbs up, and if you want to see more Clash content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. There's going to be a lot more YouTube videos out of me in 2021. Looking forward to it, and I hope you guys all have a good day and a happy new year.